something like the end of June and haven't shown pictures of the garden yet this year, so thought I'd get around with it. This is the overall look. Notice no tomatoes, notice big umbrella. And around we go. Now time to show you the little stuff. This is Mama Aloe. I'll explain later why I call her Mama. She has lots of babies. Next to her is our second container of chives, which had some aphid problems earlier that we had to deal with, so we're really glad we just still have it. There's our bay. There's more of our bay. Yeah, bays are trees, and I really should trim it, but I feel guilty about not keeping all the leaves. This is our newest gnome, Philly's gnome, and because the bird should have time, there's our bird. These are our new lavender. And I don't know if you can see that, but there really is flowers on it, so we're pleased with that. And that's Sleepy Gnome. This is our original rose. It was flowering quite a bit, but as you can see, I haven't been keeping it up with the deadheading yet. Recently, anyway. Our original jade. The pipe cleaners are to keep it up, because apparently I have to fertilize it more than I thought. These are our basil. One's died, our first basil to ever die. I told you about Mama Aloe. Here's Mama's newest couple of babies. This is a baby from last year. And behind there, a couple of the, hard to get to it, babies from the jade below. It's being blocked by a coneflower. Love this coneflower. Love the details. Our smaller plant is still alive. I know it's called golden blue, but I don't really know what type of plant it is, other than it's something like Triskaideka or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I can't tell you what it is. Those are our scallions from last year, and if you look closely, new scallions coming up from this year, and in the back too. Just pulled out the lettuce, which never did do well this year, and in the back are dill. These they don't look well. The front ones in the front, but I just covered them with soil again, so they'll recover. These are honest to goodness onions. They're going to be the type that you cut. Your basic store-bought onions, but we're growing our own. And then there is another dill. We just kind of let the dill grow wherever it chooses to grow. This is our black-eyed Susan. You look closely, it's beginning to bud, but usually our coneflower is dying out before the black-eyed Susan starts flowering. More scallions. This is our Russian sage flowering. This is the best time of year for that, although the bees haven't found it yet. Below is our only grass in the garden, blue fescue. And yes, that was intentional, but it doesn't look so good right now. Behind here are purple daisies. I showed you a couple, but I just picked them for a bouquet yesterday. And here is a dill that got away. Never even noticed it. So, boy, is that tall, so it's hard not to notice it now. This is 2 sweet potatoes and Leontina. The sweet potato, the purple one back here is from last year. John grew this one in our kitchen over the winter time. I just planted it the other day. And this is the Lantenia, which will flower later on this summer. Back there is what's left of my original polka dot plant. I'm pretty sure it's dead, but I don't give up until there's absolutely no choice but to give up. These are our green beans. Had a little trouble starting them this year, but they're finally getting going. And I call this fern. Don't really know what it's called either, but I love the maroon flower heads that turn into mauve later on, and it's just a very pretty plant. We lost our hens and chick container over the winter, so we had to replant, and they're doing quite well. I was able to divide them up. There's two varieties, and this way I get to spread the two varieties out among each other. This is our sad tale of a strawberry plant. Can't really complain because we didn't grow it. A squirrel apparently dug a strawberry in our yard, and this is what we got out of it. Used to be strawberries out of it and flowers, but the buds were eaten by our birds. We only have house wrens or sparrows. They eat flower petals. The squirrels ate what was left of the strawberries. So the squirrels planted, the squirrels take it away. Yes, we tried to cover it, but the squirrels got through that too. This is our Gerber daisy. It was taller before. Don't know if it's going to get taller again, but it's still pretty. We like strawberry rhubarb pie, so we decided to grow some rhubarb. This is the first season for this, so it's only about a month old, doing quite well. That's our clematis, which is flowering somewhat, and peppermint below. As you can tell, another dill is growing right here, and with more onions. We have onions back here, and hopefully, and the onions are 4 o'clock, but I can't guarantee that. Either 4 o'clock to weeds. Can't tell until they grow taller. We transplanted a rose this year. Don't know if you can tell it, but pretty sure it died. So we're not going to transplanting roses. But there's another Russian sage in the back. Below on the right there'll be some purple daisy-like plants, flowers that'll grow in September, and to its left is an English lamb's ear. Fuzzy Wuzzy is doing quite well. He's got his ivy back since it died 2 winters ago. We're quite happy we have any ivy on him. And this is my nasturtium. This first one popped up. I ended up putting more seeds in there because I didn't read up that it takes 30 days for the seeds to germinate. So we're probably going to have more nasturtium than needed. These are our wild flowers down here, or weeds. Hard to tell which is which. You didn't hear that noise, that was me pushing back a bucket. This is the rest of Mama Aloe's babies, and with some more jade. I can't seem to give up planting them instead of letting them die, so I have lots of them. Look, I don't know if you can see that spider web in there, but it's quite intricate and beautiful. And there's our pansies for some, petunias for some nice smell, yet they don't smell at all. That figures. And still have to work on that. That's our prickly pear. I now have the gloves to weed that. Probably still get needles in me all over. Don't know what that is. I think it's pretty. Those are flowers. Don't know if you can even tell the little tiny buds on top of it are the flowers. Our bee balm's back. Yay! Almost killed it off because we tried to grow something we shouldn't have grown last year. So that's our first bee balm of the year. We missed those last year. This is our first flowering bush we ever planted out here. It grew in a wildflower seed packet. I have no idea what it is, so if anybody could tell me, if it helps any, the flowers are orange and maroon with yellow in it. And after they've come, little tiny pea pods with lots of seeds in them. It's our butterfly bush. And let's see, pull out so you can see that. Can't really see any buds yet, but it's a little soon flower. That's the lily of the valley again. Showed pictures of that on Facebook about a month ago. This is a celios, if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't, because I can't ever pronounce it. That's our carrots. Ignore the weeds growing in there. We're trying to. This is our teacup plant. Can't ever remember what these are called. There's the thing, if you can read it. Calabroscia. Don't know, but it's pretty. And thankfully, although I think I lost the polka dot plant, 2 little babies grew with the mama aloe last winter. So I replanted it. It looks like we'll have 2 new polka dot plants again. Yay! Here's our chamomile starting up. And that's supposed to be my bonsai jade. Don't know quite how to do bonsai jade, as I discovered. Can't keep, every time you turn it back it keeps 2 more branches, and it's only a bonsai, so it should have branched so much. Here's a passion flower that we bring in every winter, and it blooms again every summer. Hey, this is just starting to flower. Also bought that last year, the tender perennial. So we bought it in last winter and it's blooming again. Another gnome, more onions. This is our English lamb's ear, our rosemary, and our poor sage is dying. This is our I never remember, marjoram or oregano, something like that. Well, what if that's not it? That's it. Our last gnome, garlic chives, which had some aphid problems too, and our tarragon, thank you. And that's my donkey tail. Will be something someday. This is the first of our chives, our first plant ever in the garden, which took a real bad hit with the same aphid problem. And our 4 o'clock at its usual location. That's the garden for this year.